Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Township Committee meeting here this evening, 6 p.m. I will read the statement. On this evening, January 9th, 2025, adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Please follow in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 1 this evening, permission to post signage, Fish Hawks Annual Flea Market.
The Fish Hawks organization is hosting their annual flea market on March 1st at the Elks. They're requesting to post signs across town to promote the event. They would ask that the signs could be posted 1 week prior, and they would remove them within 24 hours after the event.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. LeRae?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 2, storage pod extension request, 2413 Good Luck Road.
The resident at 2413 Good Luck Road has been having construction done on the home, and he has 2 storage pods on the property. He is beyond what is allowed in the zoning permit. The committee granted him a 90-day extension in late October, and he's requesting an additional 60 days.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. LeRae?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes.
And I have an add-on. As you know, the project for the South Docks is underway as we speak, and they are seeking permission to be able to start on Saturdays 1 hour earlier than the normal noise ordinance time. So on Saturdays, you can start at 9. The contractor is seeking to start at 8 a.m. They would be on site around 7:30, but they would not do any mechanical or noise until 8 a.m.
Move it. Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
That is all I have. Motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Move right into our township meeting. Read the statement. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and date and place of the meeting. Have a salute to the flag, please, and a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start with item number 1, ordinance 2025-01, setting salaries for special law enforcement officers.
Ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled An Ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. Like Mr. Kurtolo said, this is for our special officers.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. LeRae?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 2, ordinance 2025-02, setting salaries for crossing guards.
Ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled An Ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. Again, this is for our crossing guards.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. LeRae?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 3, resolution 2025-56, authorizing the execution of a contract with the Crossing Guard Association.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the execution of a contract with the Lacey Township Crossing Guard Association.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. LeRae?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 4, resolution 2025-57, authorizing the tax assessor to file assessor's appeals.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax assessor to file an assessor's appeal to correct certain errors made on assessments for the year 2025, and authorizing the tax assessor as agent in filing petition of appeals and rollback complaint forms. This is standard order of business, and it's required by the Ocean County Board of Taxation.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 5, Resolution 2025-58, adopting a cash management plan for the year 2025.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, adopting a cash management plan for the year 2025.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 6, Resolution 2025-59, authorizing the cancellation of old outstanding checks from the municipal court bail account.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the cancellation of old outstanding checks from the Lacey Township Municipal Court bail account. This is in the amount of $1,140.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 7, Resolution 2025-60, authorizing the cancellation of old outstanding checks from the municipal court regular account.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the cancellation of old outstanding checks from the Lacey Township Municipal Court regular account. This is in the amount of $100.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 8, Resolution 2025-61, appointing a recycling coordinator.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appointing Matthew Kopak as recycling coordinator for the Township of Lacey.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 9, Resolution 2025-62, authorizing the employment of seasonal laborers.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the employment of snow seasonal laborers for the Department of Public Works.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Abstain. Number 10, Resolution 2025-63, authorizing the refund of deposit monies.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 11, Resolution 2025-64, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Move it.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes, and I'll abstain on T0035.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 12, monthly reports.
For the municipal clerk's office for the month of December, receipts were collected in the amount of $1,521.18. Municipal court for the month of November, receipts were collected in the amount of $21,099.32. Month of December, recycling department, road opening permits in the amount of $1,395. Recycling commodity in the amount of $395 were collected. And the Department of Community Development for the month of December collected receipts in the amount of $83,079. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 13, motion to approve budget meeting minutes of December 17th, 2024.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Abstain. I wasn't a member yet.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 14, motion to approve executive session meeting minutes of December 17th, 2024.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Abstain.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 15, motion to approve township meeting minutes of December 23rd, 2024.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Abstain. I wasn't here.
Mr. Larray?
Abstain.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 16, motion to approve executive session meeting minutes of December 23rd, 2024.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Abstain.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor
I mean, abstain on that one.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 17, motion to approve township meeting minutes of January 1st, 2025.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
1 second before we do that one, I had Amy make a correction on it, on the January 1st. Is that executive, or is that?
Nope, that's okay.
You're here. You're good.
No. It was on the swearing in.
Yeah, it was on the township meeting minutes. There was one correction. The meeting minutes that were sent to you reflected that Mr. Larray was sworn in by Jack Chitterelli. However, he was sworn in by Ms. Larray, so the minutes have been updated.
Motion to approve township meeting minutes of January 1st, 2025.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Item number 18, motion to approve auxiliary membership in the Lenoka Harbor Fire Company for Colleen Cacolio.
Second.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Larray?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mayor Kurtolo?
Yes. Any add-ons this evening? Thank you. We'll have comments from the committee. We'll begin this evening with Deputy Mayor Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. We had a fatal fire this week, and I just want to offer condolences to the family, and I also want to thank all our emergency services that responded. It's a difficult time of year for anything of that, that nature, due to the, it's cold out, it's just difficult anyway. So again, just thanks to all our emergency services. Last year, some business items. Last year, the township received $40 million in added assessments. An added assessment is any new building that goes on in town, whether that's additions, housing, or commercial. So approximately, that comes out to about $1 million in new property taxes. And despite all the, pushback we get from traffic and all the other things that go on with new building, it's that important to the township that continues. Our COA fees, or it's affordable housing fees. I could talk about this for a while, but I'll just briefly mention that they are going up anywhere between 50% and 75%. So it becomes difficult. So anybody that's doing any new building, additions, rehabs, has to pay an affordable housing fee. And that's significant. Right now, when I do a house, it costs approximately between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm anticipating it costing anywhere between $7,000 to $9,000. And so, people complain about they can't, that houses are too expensive and they can't afford them. And that doesn't help. So the government then takes that money that we put into a pot. We buy land for other builders. The township purchases the land with our COA money. It's essentially taxpayer money. The builder then gets money from the state to build the affordable housing. That's taxpayer money. So the whole program is run and funded by taxpayers, which I don't like. Those are my comments.
So, Mr. Kennis, if you could just clarify for our residents. So you have a parcel, we'll call it 100%. Off the top, you have to make a carve-out for affordable of a certain percentage.
Anybody does if they're doing any building permit requires an affordable housing fee.
Okay, thank you. Committeeman McDonald.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing, I hope everyone had a great holiday season. I think 2025 is going to be a great year for us. We will have some challenges, but we will overcome them. That's all I have.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committeewoman Giuliano.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. First, I'd like to say, God bless our law enforcement. It is their special day today, though they should have a special day every day, as far as I'm concerned. Just to let you know that our fire companies, both Lenoka Harbor and Forked River, combined with our Bamber friends, did 43 calls in the past month. And as Mr. Kennis mentioned about our fatality, but let me tell you something. You should walk around thanking them every day of the week, because they're volunteers and they go out in the cold and the snow and the rain and anything else that's going on, and they fight the fires, and they deserve our total respect 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We should also please put a prayer out there for California. Everybody should be putting their arms out and extending a branch to them, because it's not easy for what they're going through out there. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Committeewoman Giuliano. Committeeman LaRue.
Nice thing about going last is at least some of the things I was trying to think to say have been said, but I like that part. I want to thank everybody for coming, those that came last week for the reorganization meeting, which I mentioned a lot of my comments then. But this past week, I have had the opportunity to visit a couple of the departments that I've been assigned a liaison to, and I want to thank those departments for giving me the time and the warm welcome they gave me, which was Community Development, Zoning, and Department of Public Works. I know after this is public comment, I wanted to say something about the program coming up with the Old Schoolhouse Museum. They were talking about the Cedar Bridge House. Of course, I'm trying to get used to the technology. I had it on my phone, and now so if anybody that's with the Historical Society that has information on that, if you could definitely share it with the public when you come up, because I do apologize. I was planning on it, and I'm trying to use technology instead of paper, and it's not exactly working. But I too want to thank all the volunteers in the town of all levels, because not only is it the paid employees, the elected employees, but the volunteers are a huge part of what makes a community great. And we have a lot of great people in this town, so thank you.
Your
Now,
little
will he
sister
be
will
able
bail you
to
out.
read it? That's going to be the problem now. Get the
Aha.
glasses.
I learned something last meeting. I brought my glasses. Yes, it's on Wednesday, January 22nd at 7 p.m. It's free of charge. Of course, they do accept donations. And it's a history of the Cedar Bridge Tavern, home to the last skirmish of the American Revolution, presented by Tim Hart of the Ocean County Culture and Heritage Commission. And it's at the Old Schoolhouse Museum, 126 Main Street, Route 9. So I just wanted to make a mention of that to anybody that'd be interested in attending this affair put on by the Historic Society. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lorette. I too want to, I can't imagine what it's like to see a fatal in the field. It must change you. I do not think you get numb to it, whether you're in EMS or fire or police. And it's not a good thing when we have tragedy in our town. I would never insult one of our beloved volunteers and say, I know what that's like. I have no idea what that's like. I work in an office. I have no idea what that's like. So to you who leave your families and do that work, I think I can speak this time for all of us. We do support you. We will support you, and we are very appreciative of what you do, because we know it's not easy. So moving forward, one of the things I just take very personally, and it's just always professional, it's never personal, I care about people's largest investment, and that's your house. We've had a great run-up in real estate value these last several years. I want to keep that going. I don't want to be the one sitting here in 2025 where there was a flop or a crash. Anything we can do to control our house, I say there's always outside influences. We control our house. We take care of our own here in our zip codes. So I give you my pledge that I will try to do that in every decision that we make, that I make. That's top of mind. That and our kids, our first responders, and your dollars. I care about that. I know that we all care about that. And to that end, I called our CFO this week. She's gathering information together, buttoning up last year, and moving forward. So that it's going to be a busy time. All of us up here have been mayors. I have deep trust in all of the people up here, mayor elected or not. And I will tell you that this is not a situation that we take lightly. As we welcome Senator Connors. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Appreciate your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Good seeing you too. Thank you. And we are in compliance because we have a doctor of jurisprudence with us this entire evening. So we're good. So moving forward, that's a high focus. That's where the rubber hits the road. It's the money. I know how hard that you work. I know how hard we all work. We got a lot of brain power up here. Mr. McDonald's been in business and financial services for a long, long time. We got licensed CFOs. This is a good team. We're going to take care of business. With that, I will open the floor for public comment. Yes, please. Ms. DeSenza.
This is a little high. Okay, I'm going to take it out. I don't want to drop it again and try and catch it with my left arm. doesn't work right yet. Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive,
He's
Sunrise
going to make you
Beach.
put it back because the wire is cracked.
You're going to shrink it for me? Thank you. Okay. Oh, it makes noise? Oh. We don't hear it, though. You do. T- Okay. Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive, Sunrise Beach. I have a question about the add-on from the South Docks early work on a Saturday, starting at 8 instead of 9. Where exactly are the South Docks, and which neighbors are going to come in and complain? Is that down by the Captain's Inn area?
It's across the river from the Captain's Inn on the other side down Lakeside Drive East.
I sure hope it's not noisy, because that's not going to be pleasant. Most people like to sleep late on a Saturday, and I was really surprised that you lowered it by an hour. Because I have enough trouble with the hunting in my backyard. I got shots fired at the crack of dawn almost every day. I can never sleep past dawn in the winter. I know it's season, but, you know, it sounds like it's right in my backyard, even if it's 400 feet away. So, okay. If you could let the person or persons who did the salting in Riviera and Sunrise Beach know that their salt spreader must have been stuck or clumped, because I saw salt 4 or 5 inches high on some streets. Big, giant clumps of salt. So it didn't get spread as evenly as it could have in some places, and that's kind of a waste, you know, because extra salt comes out when that happens. Okay, now, here we are again, 6:20. I got to tell you something. There's a lot of people in this town that aren't home from work yet, so they can't be here. We kindly asked numerous times to move the meetings back to 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and on January 1st, what happened? 6 o'clock happens again, and that's why we're here at 6 o'clock. There's less than 20 people in this room. We have 28,000 residents. You're not giving the people in this township a chance to come to these meetings by holding them so early. And Mr. LeRae, we had many conversations after other meetings that you attended as a private citizen, and you had agreed with us on numerous nights that 6 o'clock was a little early. Working people cannot get here at 6 o'clock that work more than an hour from town, and I know several people that cross the state every day to go to work.
Mr. Senza, put that on me, not on Mr. LeRae. Mr. LeRae was advocating for a change.
Oh, he was, but he
Yes.
didn't say that on January 1st.
Yes, I
He
did.
did. Yes, he did.
I was going to correct you just now. You were here
Yeah, and you,
when that came up for the dates and the time.
yeah.
I had spoke before we even voted on it that I was fighting for 6:30.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you
And
then.
that's why I was, you know, you
I
we don't get too many
misunderstood.
spats back and forth.
Yeah.
But you were totally wrong with your comment.
I'm sorry.
I said it in public, and I also mentioned that it's a democratic process, and you
Right,
win
and the
some, you
majority
lose some.
rules.
And I went through the whole thing, so.
All right, I'm sorry, I misunderstood your comment then. Okay. Now, this past Tuesday, the Lacey Board of Education moved their reorganization meeting from Monday to Tuesday because it was a snow day. So at this time, Mr. Zelinski named a time from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday, January 28th, for a community information forum in the auditorium for the $92 million referendum. I'm pleading with the public to please attend this meeting to discuss and explain the $92 million referendum. If you didn't think you already paid enough property taxes with the 9.9% school tax increase, brace yourself, because if this whole Megillah passes, we will have gorilla taxes. They will be so high. You're making Lacey unaffordable. So many for sale signs went up in my neighborhood as soon as those 9.9% tax bills came out. Please be ready to vote on March 11th. If you need a mail-in ballot, please get the form now. It'll be here before you know it. Thank you.
Virginia, what was the time again they changed it to? I
They didn't
noticed.
change it. They named it on Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30. He called it a community information forum, and he said there would be various setups. I don't know if it's just going to be a PowerPoint, or I know the architect will probably be there, and a finance person to talk about how the bond referendum's going to work.
And I know you do your research. Are they video in this one?
That's a good question. Mr. Lytle might know.
Thomas is,
But it would be nice because there has been nothing on TV mentioned, other than my big mouth, about the $92 million referendum. And that's pretty damn sad because this has been talked about since August.
I will follow through and
I hope
make sure
one
that
of
this
you
is videoed, because everybody needs to see it.
thank you for your comments. Any other comments from the floor tonight?
Oh, here she comes.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening. My name is Grace Laird, and I'm a senior at the Lacey Township High School and a member of the Leadership Academy of Humanities. The final step in this academy is to come up with a capstone project. We were assigned with finding an area of concern within our community and attempting to come up with a resolution. Is it okay if I gave you guys some information?
Sure. Don't be nervous, we won't bite, promise you.
Thank you.
Thanks, son.
After doing some research, I came to the conclusion that our town would greatly benefit from having a sunscreen dispenser at one of its many recreational areas. The majority of skin cancers, 90% to be exact, are directly related to extensive sun exposure. Applying and reapplying sunscreen can dramatically decrease the likelihood of skin-related cancers, especially melanoma. About 100,000 new melanomas will be diagnosed each calendar year, and about 8,000 people are expected to lose their lives to melanoma. The first step I took on this project was creating a survey to be able to understand if this would be something students in the high school would use, as well as their opinions on whether or not this would be beneficial. Data gathered from the survey is that 13% of students reported that buying sunscreen had become a financial burden on their family. Additionally, 80% of students reported that they've gotten sunburn because they had either forgotten or ran out of sunscreen. A free sunscreen dispenser would eliminate these issues altogether, and an image is on page 1 of what the sunscreen dispenser would look like. My next step was reaching out to the foundation who makes the sunscreen dispenser to determine pricing. The Richard David Kahn Melanoma Foundation is a nonprofit organization involved in skin cancer education and prevention. After a lot of communication with the foundation, they agreed to donate one of these dispensers as well as a 2-liter bottle of sunscreen free of charge. This will last approximately 2,000 applications. The 2-liter bottle would last several months. I would like to place this sunscreen dispenser at Lake Barnegat Beach. I believe this dispenser will be most utilized here. To move forward, I would need approval for someone to monitor the sunscreen dispenser, and long-term, the town would be responsible with repurchasing sunscreen to refill the dispenser. The first bottle of sunscreen would be donated from the RDK Melanoma Foundation, but after that, it would cost $125 to refill the machine. Each 2-liter bottle will last approximately 2,000 applications. I think this would be of great benefit for our town and community. Thank you again for your time and consideration. Do you have any questions?
It'd be wonderful, I think
I think
it's
it's a
something.
great idea.
Yeah, it's a great
I
idea.
have a question. Is that a mobile unit, so like you could put it inside the Whibbit shed every night?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it could be secured at night so it doesn't get
I think it's
vandalized
a
or
Yes.
stolen? Okay,
fantastic
perfect.
idea. And I think we've got a lot of beaches, besides Lake Barnegat, which by
Yeah.
far is our busiest beach because
Yeah.
of the Whibbit, no question about it. We'll take it under consideration, maybe put it at some of our other beaches, and maybe in Gilly Park, where we have a lot of people there. So,
And you're talking to the right group, because
I think every one of us.
what you're doing as a young person will benefit you as you get older, because we've already not had the sunscreen. We've gotten old, and probably half of us up here have already had stuff removed from our skin. So it's, I gotta give you credit for coming up here and doing this. One, I know it's not comfortable to do when you're in 12th grade to come up in front of a township committee, but wonderful, wonderful, great idea.
Great
And,
idea.
has the school committed to one yet?
No, I haven't really when I came up with this project, I was thinking of doing it like more in the town, so I haven't like talked to like really the school about getting one at the school, but I could definitely do that.
Well,
Yep.
it might be something because of the fact that everybody plays sports outside.
Yeah.
So it's a great idea to have something like that there too, but we're definitely behind you. This is wonderful.
I think the elementary schools, because those kids,
Yep.
teachers can just slap it on them.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is when you think about this just real quick, the education at an early age, because I'll tell you, I still, with my dermatologist, argue because she goes, "You're using sunscreen." I go, "Of course, when I go on vacation or I'm out on the boat." But it's not the same sun as when I'm mowing the lawn, doing other things. So it's really a big education to people too, because probably nobody in this room never played sports. Who put on sunscreen to go play sports?
No, they didn't.
Nobody.
We know
You
better
know,
now.
so this is a great start to probably something that'd be real beneficial in the future.
We have your number, we have your email, we'll reach out, we'll have the recreation director,
Yeah,
right?
well, Jim Wiley.
Well, be
You
in
know-
touch with you and we'll set something up, right, Mayor?
Yes, we will set something up.
Yeah.
If you could, a value add to that would be some of these bullet points you talked about. If they could send with this dispenser a small sheet and have it laminated, then people could see what it causes. I mean, we have boaters here as well, not just the Whibbit athletics. Mr. McDonald said the kids in the earlier grades.
That's where-
So, yeah, I mean, if you could have some education with that,
Yeah.
that would be pretty good.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, very good.
Good job. Anyone else this evening?
Mr. Bidnick.
Mr. Bidnick?
Oh, so he doesn't have to kneel?
Running right out.
Touch it. Last time it really got screwed up. It sure did. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mayor, Township Committee members. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the people here tonight. I didn't catch the name of the student. What's your first name?
Grace.
Grace. Beautiful job. I love seeing young people come up and do leadership type things like this. Encourage other students to do the same thing. The next generation has to start moving forward, so it's great to see. Thank you. Question number one I have about the time of these meetings at 6 p.m. Why do they have to be at 6 p.m.?
Mr. Bidnick, over the years, and I've just started my 12th year, I believe we've had several different times. We've had
We have.
6:30, we've had 7, and now it's 6. Opinions abound, and this will be a qualitative statement, and it's very difficult to base it in hard fact. We don't take a head count. We've had more people here at the 6 o'clock hour than we have had at the others. So my argument to you, sir, would be that this is an inclusive time, and this is well-attended.
Okay.
Yes.
And we had numerous people in the last year get up here and explain. This is the earliest I believe we've ever had it at 6 o'clock, 6:30 and at 7. We had numerous people from all branches of our community get up here and question why they're at 6 o'clock. Now, again, I'm asking you the question. Why does it have to be at 6 p.m.?
It was a collegial determination of this governing body that this is the time where we are able to be we're all accessible to our people here and our residents all the time. This was the time slot meeting where we have the most participation. And you know, I can promise you this, Mr. Bidnick, and I have respect for you. I can promise you this. We change this meeting time, there'll be an equal amount of people up at that microphone saying, why the hell did you do that?
I know I've been here during this past year, during almost all the meetings, and I've watched many people come in the door late, miss part of the meeting because they're working. And you know, we talk about wanting citizen participation in our community. My organization is all about that. So 6 p.m. is really early for people who have to work a real job, especially if they are commuting to a location. It's not possible for them to get here. And there are a lot of things happening in our community that people can't get to and they would like to speak. I mean, so my whole point about this is, are you doing this for your benefit or are you doing it for the people who pay your salary and who you are elected to serve? And that was the question I'm asking. You're doing it for your benefit. I want this, yes, it is for your benefit, because we've had numerous people come and talk. I can go through all the videos, sir, and I'm not meaning to be disrespectful, but the point is that I have to remind you, you are elected officials, you are public servants, servants to all the taxpayers who live in this town. And the idea of having an inclusive government that is available for everyone, not for your convenience, but for the citizens of Lacey Town who pay the taxes for this town to operate. I ask you, as the chair of the Lacey Citizens for Responsible Government, to reconsider the times of the meeting. I don't think it's unfair for me to ask for that. I think that it's fair, and we can see what happens. I mean, do you want people to participate in this town, or do you not?
That's why we have it at this time. There was the most people here at this time.
Let me jump in. So again, we had to pick a time, and we picked 6 o'clock. That's what we agreed upon. But in addition to that, the town is available 24 hours a day. Anybody can email us at any time during the day. So there's no lack of public participation if the public chooses to do so. We get emails all the time, and we all respond to any emails that are addressed to us individually and through Veronica. So there's no lack of anybody that wants to participate in the government.
I thought that, from what I understood, that was stated at a previous meeting, that all the emails go to Veronica, and then she sends them off to whoever. Is that correct?
We do that, I do that for the sole purpose of, it's a record, it's a township record.
Yes, I
So I
understand.
don't want them to be deleting their email or not doing it, so I capture it to make sure that it goes to a file and everything. But
But-
their emails are forwarded to them, and they do either respond or they don't,
But further, that's beside the point. If you want to email the township, you're available, you have the ability to do so 24 hours a day.
I understand that, sir, but you know what? Sometimes the only time we get any action is when we come to the stage and the dais. If we email things to you, we just saw somebody who was obviously emailing at the last meeting that I attended with that Paradise Point area, and it didn't become
And
any
he got
issue
the same
until-
response. I said he would have got you said that,
Right, but you all said you didn't know anything about it.
and we didn't. And now he would have got that in the
the
email.
emails.
The email would have been
Email.
said the same thing. We'll look into it.
Okay, very good. I'm just pointing this out right now, that I'm just saying that if we're going to be an inclusive government, that this is what we should be doing, okay? And that's the point. Okay, 2, I understand that the Dasty Law Firm has had to recuse themselves concerning the Charles A. Smith Grant lawsuit. Why did they have to recuse themselves? You're not aware of that? Okay. A
Just a
reminder.
question, where did you get that information? Since you're bringing that out, like saying something like that, where did you get that information? Was it just on Chatter?
No.
Oh, it must have been on Lacey Online then.
No, it wasn't from.
probably one of those
it was,
sites.
No, it was not from anyone that was online, okay?
I'm sure it was.
No, you're wrong.
But who gave you that information?
You're not going to answer that?
You're in charge of a committee that's designed for transparency.
That's correct, but
you
I am
share
not,
that information?
I am not the person who's the named person on the lawsuit, sir. You understand my position?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
I have a question for you. You're in charge of this organization. When do you meet and where do you meet? So I'd like to attend.
Okay, you could,
When do you meet?
whenever we decide to meet.
How do I get on the mailing list so I know when you're going to meet?
Well, you are actually on our
I know I am,
page.
but I haven't seen anything about meetings or anything
Well,
like that.
that's correct. There hasn't been anything as of late.
Do you plan on having a meeting in the near future?
Yeah, we will, and I'll let you know. It'll be posted on there, on the website, so you'll be able to see.
I appreciate it.
Good enough?
Thank you.
Absolutely. A reminder that as elected public officials, you are held to a higher standard concerning following all laws and regulations in our town. You are always expected to be accountable to the highest order so that you can set an example and a standard for us all. Members of this body constantly like to remind the public of how much they care about the town and all the time you put in. Let me remind you that many of us who are not elected officials put in a lot of time monitoring and doing research on what has been going on in our town. We're not paid. We only do this because we honestly care and love our community. Deerhead Lake Road sidewalk, why isn't it shoveled when we have snow? I get little for the taxes that I pay. I walk 4 miles every day. I would appreciate that that sidewalk is kept clear. It has snow all over it, and I shouldn't have to be walking all into the parking lot and everywhere else because the snow is not shoveled there. And I want to know why the Public Works isn't taking care of that. Because somebody could fall on the ice and sue the town. And so this is an important issue, and I don't know why it's happening, but I'm expecting our town manager to make sure that it's taken care of. And I thank you all again for your time. Good evening.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the floor this evening?
Seeing none, motion to close the...
Wait.
Yep.
Oh,
Just don't touch it, whatever you
I
do.
won't promise. Jen Iapico, Lakeside Drive. I just come to thank everyone for the Wreaths Across America, Peggy Sue as our former mayor, the committee. Also, I have Casey Parker in the Public Works, Forked River Fire Department, Chief Kenny in the Police Department, Jim from the Recreation, and the Lacey School Transportation, and the residents, also the many clubs, organizations that joined us. We look forward to seeing everyone on December 13th of '25.
First, give numbers. Why don't you just tell them how many wreaths we put down this year?
500. Close to
500
like
wreaths
maybe
went down.
498.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful
and
thing
we're
again.
pretty well,
It really
yeah,
was.
so-
The number just keeps going up.
I
We're
know.
so proud
Well,
of the
that
work you
means
guys
somebody's
have
passing
done.
away.
It's,
That's the sad part.
yes, but it's amazing what you guys have done, and we really appreciate it. It brings a
Yeah,
bright
it looked
star to
beautiful
our
out there the
town,
other day
you know?
with the snow on 'em all.
Yep.
Oh,
When do they have to be removed,
On
Jen?
the 21st, by the 21st.
By the
We
21st.
planned on this weekend coming up, but.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Is the window open to order wreaths for next year already?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great, great.
So we'd like to put a thank you.
It's not
out
going
there
to snow,
everybody.
Jen. It's not going to snow.
He's
this
saying
weekend.
no snow.
Please. Yeah, So, thank you, everybody.
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Appreciate all the work you do.
Come up to the
Okay.
microphone, sir.
Come on up there. You just have to give your name is all you gotta do.
Donald Lewis, live on D Road. First of all, thank you guys. I've been in this town a very long time, and I understand that there's issues, and there are in every town. But I'll tell you, I've lived in a few places, and this is a beautiful town, and thank you.
Thank
For
you.
real.
Thank you.
I do have a question, though.
Yes.
Why don't we hang this stuff for Christmas anymore?
Very good question.
Bothers me.
Okay, so
So it changed when we went to 4 lanes.
But-
Okay? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
JCP&L now charges you $400 a pole each year to install them.
Yeah. So,
It's Christmas.
I know.
Well, I understand, it's Christmas.
They're the Grinch. They're the Grinch.
That's it. Thank you.
We could always
That's
ask,
right.
we could always ask JCP&L to give us a Christmas present.
I've tried that.
Any other comments this evening?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2025-65, resolution in Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the convening of an executive session in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act to discuss matters of personnel, contractual matters, and pending and anticipated litigation and matters of real estate.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn?
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye. No further business.
Thank you.